Looking for a smooth way to update lead status in Zoho Recruit CRM? In this tutorial, I'll guide you on setting up custom fields in Zoho Recruit to monitor your campaign's progress. Each lead will be associated with a certain workflow stage and marked in Zoho Recruit with a respective label. Let's enhance your outreach campaign by adding Send Person to External CRM actions. Make sure that you have this action installed from the plugin store. Now click Add Action button under the first step. Go to the Export and Integration tab. Select Send Person to External CRM action and choose Zoho Recruit. If it's your first time of setting the integration, you'll need to connect the CRM. Once redirected to a browser, allow access to your Zoho Recruit account. Press Accept and then open Link Helper here. You can watch our full guide on how to configure expert settings. Still, I'll mention a couple of important settings. Select the object you want to create in Zoho Recruit. I'll go with Candidate. Now we need to add a custom field for tracking the lead status. Zoho Recruit does not allow creating custom fields via API in Link Helper, so you need to create custom fields in the Zoho Recruit settings. Under Customization, click Modules and select Candidate. Here on the left side, select a type of a new field, single line, and drag it to the module layout. I'll name it Linked Helper Campaign Stage. Zoho Recruit sets different limits on the number of custom fields allowed based on the subscription plan you're using. On a free account, it's not possible to create any custom fields. With a standard license, it's 50 for a module, Professional 150, and Enterprise 300. You can also delete unnecessary fields from the layout or add more. Let's create extra identifier fields to avoid creating duplicates each time you update a candidate status. It should be Member ID and Public ID. Click Save Layout and go back to the campaign. To make these new fields appear in Linked Helper, you might need to refresh the fields by saving and closing the settings of the action and then opening again. Firstly, match the Member ID and Public ID fields and mark them as identifiers. Save as default settings these configurations so that each time you add this action in the workflow, you won't have to add new custom fields over and over again. Now let's add a new field to update lead status. For the Link Helper field, select Constant Value. In the CRM column, I'm choosing my new field, Link Helper Campaign Stage. These contacts will be marked as invited. Select Override so Linked Helper can update the information in the field. And save the settings. We don't have to save them as default this time, as the constant value will be different on each stage. Now let's repeat the steps for the next action. Below the filter, add another Send Person to External CRM action. Choose Constant Value again. In this action, contacts will be marked as accepted. And select the newly created custom field in Zoho Recruit. Tick Override and save. And now I'm going to add one more Send Person to Zoho Recruit action after the follow-up message. I'll label these contacts as first follow-up. Message to first connections action also tracks replies to your previous message, invitation message, and stores responses in the replied sublist, meaning profiles don't go further in the workflow automatically. This behavior is set in the message analyzer settings here. But we can send replied profiles as well, thanks to the Send Replied to External CRM plugin. Activate it, select Zoho Recruit, and adjust the settings. Mark leads as replied to invite. For check for replies, you don't need to add an action below it. Instead, activate the same Send Replied to External CRM plugin, like we did with the messaging action for those who reply. Name this stage as replied to first follow-up. Great, we're done with the settings and now we can start the campaign. It will process profiles as usual, prioritizing lower actions with profiles in queue and with the earliest start at times. While linked helper is sending profiles to Zoho Recruit, let's display the new field with a campaign stage. If some replies had been detected before you added an export action, you would need to reprocess such profiles so that they appear in the CRM.